after it was reported that they were flying these drones over in Haiti. Conflicting statements by executives were given. You can read the story and see for yourself. But you can tell there's political sensitivity to this, and they ultimately admitted that they are going to be flying drones there.
So more of those drone aircraft that we're spending money on.
Yep.
In other news from Haiti, Hugo Chavez has come out and said that he believes the quake in Haiti was actually a U.S. weapon test that was going on under the HART program, where basically the United States government has been working for many years on how to do weather manipulation, as well as control things like earthquakes, floods, lightning, and
yeah, I mean, these things have been openly discussed. There's been on the History Channel. Jesse Ventura and his conspiracy theory shows also broke this down. I mean, it's terrifying. This kind of technology is out there with no oversight, and it can be used however at their discretion with no transparency. I mean, you wonder if, the drones they're flying over are surveying some kind of data that we won't even have any clue to, or if, they could be used to suppress what they see as rebellion for these people whose country has been occupied after they've just suffered a catastrophe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a pretty bold statement by President Chavez, but it's good to see that someone around the world is bringing up the issue of weather manipulation and weather warfare. There are treaties signed on this that's outlawed. You're not supposed to mess with the weather. And, this type of issue should be discussed more openly, and there should be investigations probably into it.
Man is on a quest to play God, to control the weather and use it as a weapon. Lightning, torrential rains, hurricanes, targeted at the enemy.
The ultimate war is if you never have to fire a round and nobody ever knew you had launched the fight.
Is it possible there have already been attacks using weather weapons?
Some people believe that Katrina was weather warfare at its most potent.
But how do we get from understanding extreme weather to making it do our bidding?
Earthquakes, tidal waves, those become the future of warfare.
This series investigates how the impossible is becoming possible and what it might mean in the future.
If an enemy could change the jet stream over North America, it could plunge North America into an ice age.
Also in Haiti, we have a couple different stories coming on. There's been a series of incidents that have happened. Troops under United Nations command have opened fire on crowds of hungry Haitians seeking food, an ominous sign of impending confrontation between the people of the earthquake-racked country and the armed forces which have been dispatched there under the auspices of the imperialist powers. There were 3 doctors who went down there, were the first doctors to arrive in Haiti. They basically have come out and said that that Haiti is Obama's Katrina, that many post-wake deaths could have been prevented. They said that they found scores of patients who, had broken bones and pus dripping out of their wounds and all kinds of things that were going on. And they also said that the delays which were imposed by the U.S. military slowed down all the relief groups from entering the country, because they are the only ones that control the Port-au-Prince airport.
They occupy
the U.S. military. That's the only airport in the country that's functioning, with only one runway functioning, and they've literally just been holding stuff in warehouses. They said that as they were leaving, as we ran out of various supplies, we had no means to acquire more. Later, as we were leaving Haiti, we were appalled to see warehouse-sized quantities of unused medicines, food, and other supplies at the airport, surrounded by hundreds of U.S. and international soldiers standing around aimlessly. So they send all these soldiers there, basically who aren't doing anything. They're standing there doing nothing, standing around, getting in the way, pretty much what it sounds like.
It's atrocious. And, you have all these people that are putting all this energy into, getting aid to them, putting together resources and giving money to charities which may actually take most of the money for themselves for administrative costs and things like that. And then so there's genuine people behind trying to help the Haitians.
Yeah,
and
there's
our military has occupied this place and are under control or controlling it. They're really not. What was it that Castro said about this?
Oh yeah, and Fidel Castro came out in the Cuban newspaper Grama, and he said that basically, if we wanted to help, that we should send doctors, not soldiers. And that's probably a very simple statement to think about, because in a situation like this, what they really need are health professionals. They don't need war professionals. So because of all these issues that have been going on, a French minister has called for an investigation by the United Nations into the dominant U.S. role in Haiti. And they're saying that international aid efforts are about helping the quake-stricken country, not occupying it as they've been doing.
Yeah, well, good luck on that, because the U.S. controls pretty much the Security Council of the UN, and it's not going to allow anything to legitimately threaten it. For this week's freedom preservation tip, we're asking you to no longer endorse or vote for members of the false left-right paradigm of the Democrat and Republican parties.
Yep, we would like people to try and take this country back for ourselves. We don't need the two parties, which have shown themselves to be working against the interests of the people, controlling everything. We need to get more parties in there. We need to have other points of view, and wherever possible, it would be extremely important for people not to vote for the Democrats or Republicans.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, the party system itself is dangerous, so it's up to us to individually run for office as legitimate people and not as special interests, or being people that are receptive to the special interests. They're counteractive to that of free people. And you can actually, if you yourself don't want to run, encourage and coax others that you believe in to run for offices. And you can use tools like OpenSecrets.org and Project Vote Smart and congressional website thomas.loc to look up all sorts of different things and to educate yourself about